to News 8 Section 5 Best Winter Award Show, sponsored by UR Medicine. And now your hosts, Thad Brown and Alexa Ross.
Thanks for watching the Section 5 Best Winter Awards. I'm Thad Brown along with Alexa Ross.
For the next half hour, we will honor some of Section 5's finest in 3 categories: Athlete of the Year, Top Rookie, and Comeback Athlete. Not every sport will have a recipient in each category. These awards aren't just for the sake of giving out awards.
Now, these are young men and women who had a season that merits recognition for their hard work and achievement. Now, these seasonal award shows, they're all leading up to our end of the year extravaganza. At least we hope it will. We're going to do tonight's awards in reverse alphabetical order. So that means we start with wrestling. Our first winner of the night is a senior who missed most of the wrestling season because of a back injury. After a grueling rehab, he came back to win his second consecutive sectional title with a pin in the championship match. He went on to states and earned a second straight spot on the podium, finishing 4th. Coached by Craig Gross and from Hilton High School, our wrestling comeback athlete of the year is COLLIN Burns. Our next winner is a junior who wasn't a wrestler last winter. He was playing basketball. The move to wrestling turned out to be the right choice. He lost only twice all season, the second in the state final. He is a sectional champ and the first wrestler in school history to make a wrestling state championship match. Coached by Todd Taylor and from Bolivar Richburg High School, our wrestling rookie of the year is HUDSON EVINGHAM. Our top wrestling athlete is probably the easiest decision all evening. This year he won a 5th straight sectional championship. He also won a 5th straight state championship. The first wrestler in the history of Section 5 to do that. He went undefeated for a 4th straight season and did all of that coming off a torn knee ligament. So yeah, he could have been the comeback athlete too. Our wrestler of the year, again coached by Craig Gross, and from Hilton, he is wrestling royalty. It's Greg Diakma-Hollis.
Now we're going to head from the mat to the mountain for our Nordic Skiing Awards. Our Girls Nordic Rookie of the Year is a freshman who began the season at the JV level and climbed the ranks to be a varsity skier. She placed 11th in sectionals, advanced to states where she placed 23rd overall, the 8th best performance by a Section 5 skier. Coached by Bernie Gardner from HFL, our Girls Nordic Rookie of the Year is ALIA SPAKER. Our Girls Nordic Skier of the Year was the #1 skier according to a points list including league races, sectionals, and states. The junior was the 2020 7.5K distance individual state champion and led her team to both state and sectional titles. Coached by her dad, Craig MATTERN from Brighton High School, our girls' top Nordic Skier of the Year is Grace MATTERN. Now moving to the boys' side of things, our boys' Nordic Rookie of the Year is in his 2nd season skiing. He made the varsity A roster this year and finished 12th in his first ever sectional appearance. He qualified for states where he placed 33rd. Coached by Bernie Gardner from HFL, our boys' Nordic Rookie of the Year is Christian Kohler. And our boys' Nordic Skier of the Year was the best in Section 5. He won individually in sectionals and brought home the 10K distance state title to Pittsford Sutherland. He also earned himself the Section 5 Sportsmanship Award. Coached by Alyssa Likely from Sutherland, our top boys Nordic skier is RYLAN HODGSON. Up next, a story of the season, a basketball player who overcame the unthinkable.
Plus the best in track, hockey, and cheerleading when the Winter Sports Awards continue after this.
Let's go boom. Let's go boom.
We're watching News 8 Section 5 Best Winter Award Show, sponsored by UR Medicine.
We are back and right back into the awards with the best from indoor track. Our first winner, probably the best jumper in Section 5 right this second. She was a 3-time winner at sectionals, taking the 55-meter hurdles, the long jump, and the triple jump. She won the 55 hurdles and the long jump at the state qualifiers, and she won a 2nd consecutive state title in the long jump while finishing 2nd in the state at the 55 hurdles. Coached by Aaron Bapst from Hilton, our girls' track athlete of the year is Anaya Dees. The best in boys track took home a sectional championship in both the 600-meter run and the 1,000-meter run. He won both finals less than an hour apart in the same day. He also won the 1,000 in the state qualifier, finished 2nd in the same event at the state finals. Coached by Todd Stewart and from McQuaid Jesuit, our boys track athlete of the year is Ryan Martin.
Moving to the ice, our hockey rookie of the year was red hot for an incredibly talented Victor team. He finished his sophomore campaign with 8 goals, 18 assists, 10 of which came on the power play, which was a team high for the Blue Devils. He was named to the Division I All-State second team after his season was cut short days before the state Final Four. Coached by Mike Ferreri from Victor High School, our hockey rookie of the year is Nick Peluso. Our hockey comeback player of the year missed almost all of last season after breaking his collarbone. The now sophomore bounced back, hit the weight room off season, and spent extra time on the ice, dedicated to improving his game. This season, he was one of the Spartans' top defensemen and has a bright future ahead of him. Coached by JOCELYN from Gates-Chili High School, our hockey comeback player of the year is Leo Sunday. And our hockey player of the year was a brick wall in the crease for McQuaid. He posted a 93.4 save percentage for the Knights this season, blocking 352 shots in 14 games. He earned 3 shutouts, including McQuaid's home opener, and had one of the best postseasons of any hockey player in Section 5, making key saves against Fairport in sectionals. A first-team Division I goaltender coached by Jeff Lovier from McQuaid Jesuit, our hockey player of the year is David Battisti.
Now, this isn't an official award, but a perfect addition to this show. Our sports story of the winter, as AJ Feldman will explain, is about all the best parts of high school sports.
Throughout the show, we've been highlighting numerous athletes who have made it back from injury to play this year. But North Star's Justin Baxter has overcome a tragedy in his life unlike any other we've mentioned, and truly was an inspiration to his team and us all this season.
Like many players, North Star senior Justin Baxter was confident, but a little nervous before his first ever varsity game.
I thought I'd be more scared than I was, but when I got out there, I felt good, and it was like, okay, I could do this.
But unlike most, just stepping on the court was an accomplishment. When he was 4 years old, he lost his right leg in a tragic lawnmower accident. Since that day, it's been a battle to get to where he is now.
You just get up and you can get through it. You just can't let it hold you down. Just get ready for the world in front of you.
He started playing basketball 4 years ago, joined the varsity team last season, and his coach says he never makes excuses.
You know, even on days where his leg's not feeling that well, if the other guys are running, he'll be on the sidelines, he'll be doing push-ups, just because he just doesn't want to use anything as an excuse.
Justin plays mostly at the end of blowout wins. He regrets what his athletic career could have been, but is grateful for how far prosthetic technology has come to bring him where he is now.
The gifts I was given to be able to be at this position and be able to even somewhat compete at this level, that it's crazy. It's not imaginable. It's hard to do.
He's a fighter, for sure. There's one word you can use for Justin. He's a fighter. He just keeps a positive attitude at all times. Like, you never see Justin down, ever.
Him having one leg and being able to play, still fight and go hard, harder than some people, that's good. A lot of people can't do that. That's a lot of heart, so I got respect for him.
Justin says that he enjoys sharing his story with other amputees and anybody else to show them what you can overcome if you work hard enough.
I've met a lot of other people who are amputees, and they like hearing other people's stories just because they've seen how far they can get. So hopefully they look forward into their own lives.
At North Star, AJ Feldman, News 8.
20 years of covering high school sports, never thought I would see a basketball player playing with a prosthetic leg. And like AJ said, you can't just be anybody to do that. Let's get back to the awards now with cheerleading. Our next winner is part of what is likely to be the next cheerleading power in Section 5. She was on a squad that's almost entirely freshmen and sophomores. And yet still they won the Division II Small A Sectional Championship. This team also qualified for the state finals using this 8th grader as one of their top flyers. Coached by her mom, Ashley Wood. From Honey Eye Falls, Lima, our cheerleading rookie of the year is Maddie Wood. Our next award winner was quite simply the best athlete on the best team. She was part of a sectional and state championship winner at the co-ed division, and she was also named to the Ronald McDonald Senior All-Star team. Coached by Annette Fess and from East Ridge High School, our cheerleading athlete of the year is Maria Sansone. Up next, we will dive in with the best from swimming. See what I did there?
And our basketball awards, including a comeback story that's inspiring for what this athlete did not do. The Section 5 Best Winter Awards continue right after this.
Let's go boom. Let's go boom.
You're watching News 8 Section 5 Best Winter Award Show, sponsored by UR Medicine.
We are back on the Winter Sports Awards, and it's time to get wet. Our next winner got dealt a bad hand last year. One of the area's top swimmers, he needed to have his appendix removed mid-season, so that meant he could not compete in sectionals. Did not waste the chance when he came back this year, winning the 100 butterfly and the 100 breaststroke at sectionals. He was also on 2 relay teams that won sectional and state titles. Coached by Marty Keating from Pittsford, our boys swimming rookie of the year is Neil Mortimer. Unsurprisingly, we'll find our next winner on the same team. He also won sectional and state titles with those same 2 relay teams. He won 2 individual sectional titles too in the 200 and 500-yard freestyle. He was the co-captain of a sectional and a state team champion. Another Marty Keating Pittsford success story. Our boys swimming athlete of the year is Liam Murphy. Now let's talk about the basketball winners. Our next award recipient, well, it's your classic comeback story. This senior tore her ACL playing AAU basketball late last year, and after months of rehab, she returned in January, picked up right where she left off as one of the stars for one of the best teams. She averaged over 11 points a game, helping her team to a top seed in sectionals and a runner-up finish at Class AA. Coached by Mark Vogt and from Penfield, our girls basketball comeback athlete of the year is Bayley Teal. The top athlete for girls basketball really is no mystery. She led Section 5 in scoring, averaging over 26 points per game. She topped 30 points 10 times and had games this year with 47 and 50 points. That's right, a 50-burger. She guided her team to a #1 seed and a second-place finish at sectionals. Coached by Scott Smith and from Irondequoit, our girls basketball athlete of the year is ALAHNA PAIGE.
As we switch gears to boys hoops, I'd like to introduce you to our comeback player of the year for boys basketball, Marcus Whitman's Seth Benedict, who proves hard work and leadership really does pay off in the end. Seth Benedict was a varsity starter for Marcus Whitman's basketball team during his sophomore and junior seasons. He had big plans for senior year until he was sidelined as the result of a foot surgery during football season.
I knew it was going to be a long, tough road, especially, second time, with this injury, not being able to contribute in any way really hurt me just because, we've been such a tight, close group of guys.
When he returned to the team, he was unsure of his role. And after a stretch of losses, Seth decided it would be best for him to be the permanent 6th man.
I sat down with Coach O'Connor, and we had like a heart-to-heart conversation about, the big thing in basketball is, you need to have consistency. You need to have your definite first 5. You need to have that chemistry out there.
Truly what I saw in Seth right there was true leadership and true understanding of what team meant to somebody.
Going back to even practice, it's just, we have our first 5 practicing against our second 5. And, I told them, I was just like, you guys may be the first 5, but I'm going to play you just like I'm, the 3-year starter. I'm going to ride you guys' tail every practice.
To lead that group and to compete every single day really pushed every other player.
All of that leadership and work paid off when the Wildcats won the program's first sectional title since 1976.
I remember watching the North Rose game, and I remember being a little sixth grader and watching them lose in the semifinals. And I remember turning my good friend Liam Prendergast, who was our center this year, and saying it's going to be different, when we're seniors. And that was like a dream come true. Kind of finally all that hard work and dedication, the time and sweat that was put in, it just felt really good.
Congrats to Seth. He deserved this honor in a whole bunch of ways. Our boys hoops rookie of the year was a freshman who came alive in the postseason for Lions. He scored 20 points versus Pembroke in the sectional quarterfinals and was named to the Class C2 All-Tournament team. Coached by Dean Schott from Lions, our boys basketball rookie of the year is J.C. Walker. Our boys basketball player of the year should come as no surprise. He balled out for East as the Eagles won their record 25th sectional title, scoring 34 points against Northeast Douglas in the A2 championship game. The senior forward netted 20 or more points in 17 games, recorded 18 regular season double-doubles and a double-double in every postseason game this year. Coached by Darryl Barley from East High School, our boys basketball player of the year is ZECHARIAH Harris-Scott. Up next, good advice for all the athletes stuck at home these days.
Plus, we go bowling for more of the best from Section 5 when the Winter Sports Awards Show returns after this.
You're watching News 8 Section 5 Best Winter Award Show, sponsored by UR Medicine.
Welcome back. For the athlete who can't get on the field these days, there's more to staying in shape than just push-ups and sit-ups. Thad found out more on the mental side of pandemic survival.
I'm joined right now by Craig Cipher, a certified mental performance consultant and a sports psychologist with the U of R Medical Science Department. And Craig, I think, the most important thing that people think about these days with kids cooped up out of their routine generally is keeping in physical shape, but obviously the mental shape is important too. What are maybe your top 2 or 3 concerns?
Well, I think, we really have to recognize that this is a loss. And I think there's going to be a need for student athletes to be able to kind of get through the emotions of that. I think a really big piece is how do you stay connected to, your teammates, your coaches, the people that kind of give you meaning through that sport. So you're used to, seeing everybody at, lunch or seeing them at practices, as we're getting ready for games, having those kind of connections. And so the challenges that we really need to kind of think about are how do we use the technology at hand? And so again, video conferencing, we want to emphasize that over, over just, on phone calls or just, to kind of text or messaging.
How about the athlete who was already dealing with a mental or behavioral issue?
So whether it's an injury or whether it's, going through mental health issues or having some issues, either, kind of family issues or other stresses that come up. And so that can kind of peel back your armor, and then you don't have the normal armor you'd have when this, big coronavirus pandemic and all the cancellations and all the things that have hit with that. And so it can hit you a little bit harder. I think another thing that I've really emphasized with all my athletes in this time of a lot of uncertainty and not being sure about things is the idea of controlling the controllables. And so the things that are in our control, the same things that are always in our control. It comes down to ear. It's our effort, our attitude, and how we respond to things.
Thanks very much to Craig Cipher. Lots of good ideas there. Our next group of winners comes from the sport of bowling, which is near and dear to my heart. We start on the girls' side. Our first winner, she's only a 7th grader, already posted a career high game of 264 this season. She was in her team's lineup almost every game. She's the Rookie of the Year for her team, and now she will earn that status from us. Coached by James Schrader from Gage-Chili High School, our girls bowling Rookie of the Year is JOCELYN YAKOWITZ. Our next winner finished the season with a top average in Section 5, a 227. She put up her first high school 300 game this year and had a top series of 758. Her 1350 was the top series at sectionals. She's already committed to Lincoln Memorial University, which is one of the top 25 bowling schools in the country. Coached by Chris Searchfield from Webster Thomas, our girls bowler of the year is CASSIDY ANSCHUTZ. Now to the boys' side. And we've got another 7th grader for you. This one averaged 215 in his first varsity season. That's totally not fair. His high game, 258. His high series, 716. He was first team All-County. Just a reminder, this kid is just 12 years old. Coached by Jamie MASCLEE and Rob WRIGHTS from Fairport High, our boys bowling Rookie of the Year is BRAYDEN MASCLEE. Our next award winner was pulled from a match back in December with a back injury. He had to spend winter break in physical therapy. But when he returned, he put up games of 278 and 279. Keep in mind that means usually you have to throw 11 strikes out of 12 in a game. He also bowled a 718 series, and for the season raised his average 24 pins from 186 to 210. Coached by Bill Harasimchuk, and from Irondequoit, our boys bowling comeback athlete of the year is Ryan Chenier. This award may have been the most difficult choice to make. A lot of good bowlers in Section 5, but our winner's season average finished at 232.7, perhaps a Section 5 record. He began the year with a pair of 300 games and an 849 series in preseason. 14 times during the year, he topped 250 in a game. He was only under 200 4 times. A 753 series led his team to a county championship. He was all-county first team and made the state bowling team. Another Fairport Red Raider, our boys bowler of the year, is Brendan Wright.
Our final category tonight is the pinnacle of winter sport, alpine skiing. Our girls alpine skier of the year dominated this winter. The junior defended her sectional title and then led all Section 5 alpine skiers at states, finishing 5th on her 2 runs in the slalom. Coached by Brandon Mox from Pittsburgh-Mendon, our girls alpine skier of the year is Shannon Hughes. And our boys alpine skier of the year was the Section 5 champion. He finished 3rd overall in the giant slalom and 1st in the slalom. Coached by John Phelps from Brighton, our boys alpine skier of the year is Ben COMEAU. And that will do it tonight. Thank you so much for joining us, and congrats to all of our winter award winners.
A lot of good athletes in Section 5, let me tell you. We hope to do this again in the spring, fingers crossed. At the very least, again, look for our full year award ceremony in June. We will see you again doing this again as soon as we possibly can. For AJ Feldman and Alexa Ross, I'm Thad Brown. We leave you tonight with some of this winter's champions. The whole season didn't get finished, but there were still a whole lot of good celebrations. Thank you again for watching, and have a great night.